So Steve Erceg is preparing to challenge Alexander Pantoja for the UFC Flyweight Championship at UFC 301. Erceg believes that he deserves a title shot due to the circumstances surrounding other contenders, including injuries and recent performances. He mentioned that high-ranked contenders like former champion Brandon Moreno and Brandon Royval have both been in unsuccessful title bouts opposite to Pantoja. Now, Erceg also noted that Amir Albazi is dealing with a neck injury, while rising star Manuel Cap failed to make weight in his last bout. Erceg believes that Mohamed Mokaev would not have drummed up as much excitement had he been giving the title bout instead of him. Right now, there is a lot of debate on whether or not Steve Erceg deserves to fight for the title, and let's go ahead and break down this entire argument because everybody's saying that Steve Erceg right now has a great resume, right? Well, let's look at the fighters that he's fought. So he's fought David Dvorak and beat him, and obviously this guy is ranked, but he is the 15th ranked guy in the flyweight division. He's in a 3-fight losing streak, and the last time he won in the UFC was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. Then the next guy he fought was Alexandre Costa. And this guy has 3 fights in the UFC. He's only won 1 of them. And then the main point of argument is, well, Steve Erceg beat a ranked opponent. Well, let's look at the ranked opponent that Steve Erceg beat, and that's Matt Schnell, right? Well, Matt Schnell has only won 1 fight out of the last 5 fights he's had in the UFC. Now let's look at Mohamed Mokaev's resume. In my opinion, he was the obvious choice to challenge Alexander Pantoja, but that's just my opinion. But I think that we can just shut down the entire argument on whether or not Steve Erceg deserved to fight for the title. Next was just the last 2 wins of Mohamed Mokaev's UFC career. I mean, this guy's in a 6-fight winning streak in the UFC alone, right? He beat Tim Elliott, a fighter that's ranked higher than anybody that Steve Erceg's beat, right? He beat Alex Perez, another fighter ranked higher than anybody Steve Erceg has beat, and Alex Perez is somebody that's already fought for the title once. I mean, getting a win over a ranked fighter like Matt Schnell really doesn't say much to me, given the fact that this guy has only won 1 fight out of his last 5 fights, and it was 2 years ago. But anyways, in my opinion, I feel like Mohamed Mokaev should have definitely fought Alexander Pantoja next. Everybody's going off on, man, this guy fights boring. This guy is not a very entertaining fighter. But in my opinion, he should have been the next guy to fight Alexander Pantoja next. I mean, maybe they're trying to build him up. Maybe the UFC is trying to give this guy another win in the UFC before he fights Alexander Pantoja. We don't know the ins and outs of what really goes on in the UFC, but all we can do is speculate. But in my opinion, I feel like Mohamed Mokaev was the obvious freaking choice to fight Alexander Pantoja. Those are just my personal thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, but let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. As always, it's a pleasure talking to each and every single one of you guys. Peace out and have a good one.